What's that? The Kohl's card is completely revamped? It's better now? Really? It's actually better now, but only for a select few people, huh? So who are those people?
Definitely not you.
Alright. Well, it looks like that call didn't really kind of go as planned, but I just learned a lot of things by calling Kohls and figuring out that the Kohl's card has just had a complete overhaul, a new change that a lot of people are still unaware of, and I was actually just awared by a Discord member, LTTG, that his Kohl's card was now converting over to a Capital One owned Kohl's Visa signature card. That's right, the same Visa signature that is on the same level of benefits as the Chase Sapphire Preferred. But let's just say that not everybody is eligible to convert their card over, so there's a couple of nuances, and no, I am not one of those people who are eligible to get the card transferred. Unreal. So a little bit of a backstory. If you guys are unfamiliar, the Kohl's card is the first card that ever gave me a shot. The first card that ever approved me, following a series of denials from the likes of Santander Bank, JCPenney, and even Sears while they're going bankrupt, denied me for a card, but Kohl's was the one that stood out amongst the rest of them, and they gave me my first shot, my first credit card that has allowed me to build my credit going forward. And while one, at the time, since they did give me my first shot, for me this was just a good credit builder, what I also didn't realize was that Kohl's card ended up staying in my wallet for, well now, it's been over 5 years since I've had this card, and there's been a reason for that. The reason being, and the special perk that comes with just having the Kohl's card just means that you have access to all of the infinite amount of coupons that Kohl's essentially gives you. And I kind of put it in quotations because basically anytime you go into Kohl's, there's like a 20 to 40% discount on it, whatever you're trying to buy. For whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know how it works like this. Matter of fact, these shoes actually were on sale for Kohl's, right? I think they were $90 and I got them for like 50% off. Literally, they were like $50. So let's go, baby. But the thing is, you could only have access to all of those deals if and only if you have your Kohl's card. And for the most part, it really doesn't do anything else. The lowest credit limit you can get is $300, which is what I have. It builds your credit, but beyond that, nothing really is special about it. Until today, because if you look right here, Kohl's and Capital One have had a partnership for the last couple of years now. But it looks like only more recently are they actually converting all of these pre-existing Kohl's cards over to Capital One issued Kohl's Visa cards. And with that, you can see right here, it comes with a plethora of new benefits, one being 7.5% back on rewards on Kohl purchases every single day. Now, the normal card also did this as well in the form of Kohl's Cash. So this isn't necessarily new, but you're also going to be getting 3% back on gas, 2% back on grocery stores, and also 1% back pretty much everywhere else where Visa is accepted. Now, that might seem like a good amount of benefits, but the only catch is that all of those actual percentages back come in the form of Kohl's Cash. And unfortunately, like it says right here, Kohl's Cash is issued in $5 increments on the first day of the following month, and it's only valid for 30 days. That's right, everything that you earn on the Kohl's card will essentially go away just a month after that if you don't use your Kohl's Cash, which I think is absolutely horrible. It's the worst possible thing you could possibly have in a Kohl's card, unless you really are just a Kohl's connoisseur, which honestly should be a trademark, but a Kohl's connoisseur where you just are constantly going in there buying new things and whatnot. So I don't know who that actually is, but I think that really sucks. It is still a revamp. It is still a benefit because we didn't get any of that stuff prior. So I guess you have to be the right type of person for this to actually benefit you, right? I guess like any card in the world. However, one person that this might benefit are what's called MVC members, right here, most valued customer. And essentially, if you're just spending $600 per year or more at Kohl's or Kohls.com, you're going to be getting this MVC status. It's going to show up on your card, and you're going to be getting discounts and special deals and also free shipping anytime you buy something at or on Kohl's. So a couple things that you need to know and some nuances here. So one, you cannot apply for this card directly. You can't just get and apply for a Capital One Visa Kohl's card. I asked on the phone, they said no. As they're continuing and starting this rollout, they're going to say that's not possible. After it's completely rolled out and all the bugs are kind of worked out of it, then they will allow people to apply directly. But for now, you just have to be a Kohl's card owner. But as a Kohl's card holder like I am, you have to be eligible for them to convert it. Now, they wouldn't tell me the exact metric on what makes someone eligible and what makes them not eligible, but my guess is you just have to be this person, this MVC person, most valued customer. So if you spend $600 or more and you have that title, those are the people that I think are actually converting over, because also in the Discord, LTTG has that MVC in the top corner of his card, and his is converting over and mine is not. So speculation, but I think that's probably what the metric is. You know, they want you to be someone who's going to spend money on this card anyway. I spent $600 probably never in the entirety of this card so far. So, it makes sense to convert the people who are going to be converting back to you, right? And if you are eligible, you're going to be getting emails probably right now stating that, oh, it's going to be converted. And they just mentioned right here on the website is to just make sure your Kohl's card is saved as a payment method in your Kohl's wallet by September 13th. And this way, it'll automatically convert over. And a couple FAQs on the website right here that I thought were interesting. Number one is, how will it actually be reported on your credit report? And they mentioned here the Kohl's Rewards Visa will not be reported as a new account, and your account open date will appear as the same date currently reported on your credit file. So I guess for me it would be 2019. Also, how will the payment change? It says right here that it's actually going to be all converted over to the Capital One system, which I think is super beneficial because, well, I always hated using the Kohl's card, even though I had to get some of the discounts, because it was so hard for me to access the website for years. I think more recently they kind of fixed it, but for years I had such trouble accessing Kohl's through my mobile app and then paying a bill. It was like such a pain. So the fact that it's going to go all through Capital One, which has an amazing app, an amazing portal, that's a big plus, at least for me personally. And then interesting, like, it's going to be a Visa signature card, right? I mean, there are a ton of benefits that come with the signature cards, like the Visa Signature Concierge that I tested out recently that I thought was like pretty freaking good, like even better than Amex, but more on that in a different video. Travel and emergency assistance services, that's medical, legal, travel services while you're away from home, roadside dispatch, Norton LifeLock, different experiences with food and wine where you can get complimentary food and whatnot if you book through their concierge, and really just a long laundry list that I can put on the screen right here and just showing like, oh, it has a ton of different perks that come with, more premium cards, now just come with your Kohl's card. Now, is this a card I would run out and get? Like, I don't know anybody in the world that would benefit from having just so much excess Kohl's cash that they're just constantly buying something from Kohl's. But if you are a person like that and you like the 7.5% back and you like getting all the, and you're going to spend all of it within 30 days, maybe it's worth it. Maybe, possibly. But for me personally, I'd probably just keep my Kohl's card just for the occasional, 20 to 40% off discounts that come out anytime I happen to stumble into a Kohl's, and earn my more variable and versatile points that could be used in many different ways, right? Like, I could use those points to cash them out for Kohl's purchases, and I can use them on plane rides to different countries. I'd rather that instead of just being locked into Kohl's cash. And also, contrary to popular belief, the whole time it's also been called a Kohl's charge card, but it's actually a credit card. And if you guys know the difference, a charge card is a card that you put money on and it has to be paid in full by the end of the month. You cannot carry a balance from month to month, and if you don't pay off that balance, then bad problems happen. Unlike most credit cards, which the Kohl's card actually is just a normal credit card, you have a set credit limit, and if you have a bill on your credit card, it doesn't have to be paid in full by the end of the month. You can just pay in increments, minimum payments every single month until it's paid off. There's no annual fee on this card, and I guess if you are that person that could find it valuable, I think the welcome offer could kind of be super worth it in some ways. Like, if you have a big purchase coming up, when you sign up for the first time for your Kohl's card for a purchase in store, you get like a 35% coupon on whatever it is. I'm not sure if there's actually a maximum to that because, maybe the kids are starting a new year and you have to pay for their clothes, their shoes, whatever you have to buy for your kids. And maybe it's, hundreds of dollars. You can easily get 35% off, which would also result in hundreds of dollars worth of savings just for opening up the card. So it could be worth it for all those savings and then the continued savings just by being a card member over time. But just be careful by holding balances on the Kohl's card because the interest rate is very, very high. So I definitely would just be strategic in your purchases with this. Try to get the most discounts as possible. Pay your bill in full as soon as you can. But let me know down below what you guys are going to do. You're going to get the Kohl's card yourself? Are you going to spend $600 this year on Kohl's to get the MVC so maybe you can convert over to the Capital One card just that much sooner? Do you even think it's worth it in your case? Let me know all of that as always. And instead, if you're not looking to get this credit card, I actually have one that you can click on the video right here that I think just might be a better alternative than the Kohl's card. So I hope to see you in that next video. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you.